So I had this wild idea to take a crashed 997 Turbo and retub it. Basically take all the parts off the crash car and put it on a new tub that was uncrashed. 6 months later, here we are, and it's actually almost done. I think it's about time I get an interior in this car. And before I start working on the interior, there's some wiring I want to do. I have a backup camera that I want to install. Might as well run those cables now. I need to clean the interior because it's covered in, well, dirt and debris from the car just sitting. Plus, when the car was at the body shop getting painted, obviously that accumulated some dust. Work on the sunroof and the headliner, do the carpet, and basically work our way back up. Luckily, the hardest part is already done, the wiring and the dash. This stuff is hopefully relatively easy. There is a ton of interior work that needs to be completed and put in the car, but most of the interior is actually in my basement, where it's been for 6 months. It's time to take all that crap and get it in the car. I have a lot of lighting from Lost Fit, a lot of their bulbs. They make like the best stuff. Some of these things were for the stock rear taillights, but obviously I didn't have the correct stock rear taillights and upgraded them to depots. But there's still some things that need to be used. Yeah, these depot taillights here, which I really like. And the reason I installed them is because, well, I didn't have a matching set of 997.1 taillights. There's some interior lighting as well. But first, I'm gonna start with the rear camera, because I need to run this wire all the way up to the front, and I don't want to do that after the carpet's in. Right now it's going to be super easy to do. For a host of reasons, I think the easiest route is going to be right over here on the passenger side along with all of these wires. And I don't even know if I have to unbolt anything. I may just be able to slide it up under this panel. Yep. Now run it back here. Best bet is probably the factory grommet over there that runs to the engine bay. There we go, from one end of the car to the other. How I'm going to route it the engine bay, not sure just yet. I may just may leave it sit right there. The backup camera I went with will be linked below, but it's a really nice piece that fits into the factory LED license plate bulb area, so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. That's a really clean option and much nicer than what I have on my 996. All right, rear camera installed in the bumper temporarily. Still have to do a little bit of wiring. Wiring run through the interior all the way to the trunk. That's good to go. So now actually I want to start putting some interior in the car, and I want to start with the worst job, probably, the headliner. And that includes the sunroof motor, the cassette, all of that stuff, which can be a real nightmare. Hopefully it's not on this car. This headliner anymore because I got one that's not damaged. This one has some damage from the roll bar. comes the most delicate part. I just hope I have it the right way. Like that. Oh, this is probably right. I'm glad I flipped that around. Things are happening. So I just had to reset the sunroof. Probably need to do a little adjusting of it, but it's looking pretty darn good. I'm happy with that. One of those installs I was not looking forward to. All right, got a new used headliner from EC Parts. Get rid of that. This is definitely way easier without any glass in the car. This has got to be one of the easiest headliner installs I've ever done. I really like Porsche's design here. Shit. Before you skip ahead in this video, I urge you to stay because this is the coolest dash cam that I've ever seen. It's Future Mat here, and if you're wondering why Future Mat is here, it's because I have to install this. This is the sweetest dash cam I've ever seen. And the reason I'm from the future is because in the future I have the windows installed in this car, but not yet in this video, but you'll get a little sneak peek right here. This is the 70mm dash cam Omni. It's the world's first 360-degree dash cam. So let me install it quick, and I'll show you how it works, because it's pretty sweet. Not only that, it came with a hardwire kit, which allows it to do a bunch of extra special features. Work on a little bit of wiring, do some mounting, show you what this thing is all about. So with the hardwire kit, you have to run an accessory power and a constant power, as well as a ground. And that's really easy in these cars. Just run them straight to the fuse box with some fuse taps. I think that's a pretty good spot there. After that, it can be simply stuck to the windshield. Now, if I wired this all up correctly, it should come on whenever I turn the key. Yep, there it is. Spinning around. Well, that's pretty freaking wild. Shoot left. Shoot vlog. Shoot inside. This thing's really cool. The 70mm dash cam shoots in 1080p and it has 360 degrees of coverage. The camera rotating plus the wide angle lens, there aren't any blind spots at all. It has excellent vision in the night as well as the day. It has AI motion detection and it has collision detection as well. So if it detects a crash, it'll make sure it's recording where it should be recording. In addition, if you hardwire it in like I did, it also has parking mode where it can still be on if the car is off, and it can detect if someone's getting too close to your car or acting suspicious or possibly damaging or vandalizing it, and it'll capture it all. Huge thanks to 70mm for sponsoring this video. This is like the coolest dash cam ever. And if you don't want red and white, they make one that's black, a little more discreet. I have links in the description box if you'd like to get your own. And that was the easiest headliner install ever. I really like Porsche's design. They just pop in on the sides with those little rods. The front and rear are clips. It's so much easier than like my E36, for example, where you have to maneuver the whole thing in there. It's like this big cardboard foam contraption. It's a pain. This is excellent. Job well done, Porsche. Now with the worst part of the interior finished at the top, now I can work from the bottom up. But before I can do that, I need to clean it because there's years of dust that have accumulated in dirt and grime and other stuff. So I need to clean all that before I can work from the bottom up, where I can put the carpet in and all that good stuff. Interior cleaned up nicely. I'm happy with that. Now I can bring the carpet in and get the carpet installed. Now this is what's really going to transform the car and make it look like, well, there's an interior in it again. Actually, before I get the carpet installed, I need to get the shifter out of there and the parking brake because they sit on top of the carpet. So a little bit of disassembly before reassembly. What a difference a little bit of carpet makes. It's looking so good. It's looking like a car again, which is awesome. But there's a whole lot more. That's obviously not even all the carpet. I have all the carpet and everything in the rear of the car. And it's a lot more stuff than you think. It's the seat belts, it's the rear seats and all the bracketry, it's the sub box, it's the pillars. There's actually a lot that goes back there, especially for a space that really can't be occupied by anyone over 6 years old. It would probably be smart to shift the car over because, as you can tell, I've just got no room over here at all to work on the passenger side.
I really hate that Porsche makes these covers glued onto the carpet. I mean, they always fall off anyway, so I'm just putting it back on there and at this time not gluing it unless it becomes a problem.
Excuse me. Silly boys. Another advantage to not having the rear glass in here is, well, just doing this. It has been 6 months since I've taken this stuff out.
As far as these sound deadening panels, they were actually still kind of sticky, but I did come back later with some hot glue and just made them a little more sticky because I don't want them to fall off, and I think if they're not sticking, they're not going to, well, dampen the sound.
I know these are like the air duct area in the fender well. This one I don't know, but there's a part number, so I'll figure that out. These are both probably fender wells. Both have part numbers, that's good. If I know me, I put these on the passenger side because they go on the passenger side. This one I definitely know where it goes.
Getting all the insulation and sound deadening panels back in place is pretty key, because I don't want this thing to rattle around like a freaking 1990s Honda Civic. I want it to drive nice, sound nice, feel nice.
Now, if you guys don't remember, this car does have the factory sub. I think that's what this plug is for. I'm not sure. It wasn't hooked up when I got the car because it had the roll bar in it. So like all this kind of stuff, I'm just figuring out as I go. All right, that definitely is the plug. There's a bolt right here. So there's definitely some kind of bracket that holds this on. Hopefully I have it somewhere. Now, these sections were cut out for the roll cage. Not that you'll ever see these because they're underneath the sub box, but I might as well put them there. So until I find and or purchase and or make those brackets, I guess this is not getting installed. I think I figured out where this goes. We're slowly getting there. You got to put stuff together, take stuff apart over and over again to just really figure things out. Well, with all of that, the interior is looking pretty freaking fantastic, but obviously I'm missing door panels, and I can't get the door panels on until I get the door handles installed. And I also have to install the window motors, make sure the windows are working. There's a bunch of seals and stuff that need to go on there as well.
It's not just the door panels themselves and all the hardware I have to reinstall, it's also all of the seals and gaskets that I removed when I painted the doors. Well, I painted the door jambs, not the doors themselves. That was the professional. So I have to reinstall all of that stuff along with everything on the inside of the door before I can even think about getting the door panel on itself. There's a lot to each side.
Wow, just the mirror and the door handle make this thing look so much more complete. Oh, I'm so hyped, it looks so good.
Now I just have to do it all over again on the passenger side, but this will go much quicker for me and for you.
And just to do a quick test, opens just fine. Yep. Key unlocked. And key locked. Look at that. Perfect. Windows work. Sunroof works. Door locks work. Handles work inside and out. That's excellent. In just a short amount of time, there's a lot less interior here in my basement. It's looking a lot better. We'll finish it up in the next video. Thanks for watching.